Power. We have Lamont Roach with 25 wins, 10 KOs, 1 loss, 1 draw. While we have Gervonta Tank Davis with 30 wins, 28 KOs, 0 losses, 0 draws. Definitely going with Gervonta Tank Davis. I think at any given time in this fight, he has the ability to switch off the lights for Lamont Roach at any given time. And that means the first round. That also means the last round. Gervonta Tank Davis is equally as dangerous in the end of the fight as he is in the beginning of the fight. Boxing IQ. Lamont Roach is no slouch. However, there are levels to the game, and Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm not just saying Gervonta Tank Davis. I do think that Gervonta Tank Davis has been in there with higher caliber individuals, other boxers. But you can also look at who he's been under. There was a very long period of time, at least like 5-6 years or something like that, where he was under the training and understanding of Floyd Mayweather. And there's a lot of knowledge and wisdom coming through that man because of it, not just because of Floyd, but because of his father and his uncles. So there's a lot of knowledge that has been transferred from Floyd Mayweather onto Gervonta Tank Davis. And when I look at boxing IQ, Lamont Roach is just not on the level of Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't think he knows how to do the things that Tank knows how to do. And one of those things that he knows how to do extremely well is he knows what punch he's going to hit you with. He knows where he wants to hit you, and he knows what area in the ring to execute this plan. That is boxing IQ at the highest level. So definitely got to go with Gervonta Tank Davis. Speed. Lamont Roach is actually pretty fast. Tank is actually pretty fast too. Sometimes it's just the one you don't see coming. But I'm going to go with a tie right here. I'm going to go with the tie. Tank is fast, but it's mainly the stuff, like I said, you just don't see coming when it comes with him. Wow, you look at Lamont Roach. He can put together like... He's fast. So I'm just going to say it's a tie because both of these guys have speed. I think Tank is overall fast. He's just a compact guy. And he can cover a lot of distance just because of that speed. So he doesn't necessarily have to be near you. He doesn't necessarily have to give the impression that he's about to pounce on you or do anything. And then out of nowhere, you got hit with something. You don't know how you got hit with it, but he's there and he's in front of you now. While you look at Lamont Roach, it's just all about those combinations. So I'm going to say it's a tie when it comes to speed. Defense, Lamont Roach. I don't feel like Tank has the best defense. And it's not to say that I don't think Tank has defense. I don't think Tank 9 times out of 10 just doesn't respect who he's in there with. And therefore, I'm not going to risk losing positioning where I want to be just because you're getting off. You're teeing off on me. No, I'm not going to do that. And I'm willing to take 1, 2, 3 punches if I can get you with one solid punch that could possibly cut your lights out. So Tank, sometimes him getting hit is strategy. And then sometimes him getting hit is just laziness. Simple as that. So I'm going to give that to Lamont Roach as well. I think he is a very slick guy. I think that's the keys to victory for Lamont Roach in this fight, actually. Just him being slippery and slick and being overly cautious. Him being very defensive, keeping the distance. All those things are going to play a factor if he's to be successful in this fight against Gervonta Tank Davis. Mental toughness. Who's more mentally tough between the two? Well, I can't say Lamont Roach because he has a loss. And I can't say but more importantly, I can't say Lamont Roach because of that draw. You know what a draw means? A draw means that you could have stepped on the gas. You two were neck and neck. And there was an opportunity in the fight in which you could have stepped on the gas and you could have separated yourself from this other individual, and you chose not to. While I look at Gervonta Tank Davis, 30 wins, 28 KOs. He steps on the gas all the time. And honestly, Tank is not always winning fights. He typically, here's the thing for Tank. He'll lose round after round after round, and then he'll clip you. While you know, I look at Lamont Roach. You already got a loss, and you have a draw. I mean, that draw does mean you could have got a win. You could have got a W. It was within your grasp. It was within your reach. You know, sometimes, listen, you just might be in there paired against somebody who's just better than you. It is what it is. Facts are facts. So the loss does say that, you know, mental toughness. Maybe you just weren't prepared. Mental toughness. Maybe you've been eating cheeseburgers the whole time you were in camp. Mental toughness. Maybe you didn't run all the miles you're supposed to run. Mental toughness. Maybe you had a lapse in a fight and you was like, I don't know if I can do this. Mental toughness. But whatever it is, you lost. But when it comes to a draw, mental toughness, you guys are neck and neck. There's an opportunity for you to separate yourself from this individual in that moment, whatever round that was, you didn't do it. Mental toughness, Gervonta Tank Davis. Let's see, body work. Who is better body work? Tank? I think he's a better body puncher. I think he's a better body. And I think if you're going to be you know what Tank's really good at? And the irony is I'm really not trying to make this a pro Tank video. But you know what he's really good at? He's really good at targeting an area. And he's a sharp puncher. Tank does not waste punches. That's one thing that guy does not do. He doesn't waste punches. He's not going to throw a 10-punch combination, but when he does throw, you better believe it's going to hit the target. And I think if you're a body puncher, there's certain things that you have to be. You have to be patient, and you have to be precise. You know, because now you're overly extending, you know, or you might be in a compromised, position, you know. So those are things that you would have to have. And you have to have a lot of confidence if you're going to be a sustained body puncher. You look at Canelo Alvarez, that man has a ton of confidence. And he understands positioning. And he's a stalker. He will wait. And he will patiently wait. Gervonta Tank Davis as well. You got to give it to Gervonta Tank Davis for body work. Range work. Who's better at range? You know what? I still think it's Tank. And I'll tell you why I think it's Tank. Because I said it earlier, he just really knows how to cover ground. That's one thing about Tank. Yeah, he's all the way over here. But he does one lunge, and he's all the way over here. He's right in your face. You know, just blink of an eye, he's right in your face. Lamont Roach, I think he has solid footwork. But I don't think he's on par with Tank. You know, and I'm just saying at distance, I don't think he's up par with Tank. I've seen Tank lunge a lot of times, and he lunged, but he hit the target. That's the point that I'm making. He hit the target. He's not lunging and being reckless. He doesn't do that. You know, but I definitely think for Lamont Roach, this is not going to be a fight. Don't make a fight. If anything, I say point fight. You know, I don't think you have the power to knock Tank out, and I don't think you can outslug Tank. Those are two things I don't think you can do. But with your footwork, you know, like I said, he doesn't have bad footwork. Here's the thing with Tank, and it's going to be a problem. It has been a problem for all his opponents. Once he's on you, can you keep him off you? That's the big question. And even for Lamont Roach, can you keep this guy off of you? I don't know. I can tell you by your record, it doesn't look like it. I mean, Jamal Herring had 2 losses already when he fought Lamont Roach and beat him. I don't know. So, and Jamal Herring is not the top of the food chain. And I'm sorry, he's not. Tank is at the top of the food chain. I'll leave that at that. Adaptability. I think this fight is going to have to be about a whole lot of adapting. So these two do have history with each other, and they know each other, but they don't know each other recently. They knew it. A lot of people are talking about, they've been in the ring together. Yeah, in the amateurs. That don't mean anything. These are grown men now. When they fought, they were teenagers. That doesn't mean anything. Like, that means nothing. You know, it's not even worth talking about. You know, like, really, it's not even worth talking about because that's how long ago it was. This fight is all about who can adapt to who. Well, let me rephrase that. This fight is about, can Lamont Roach adapt to Tank? Can he adapt, and can he take full advantage of the fact that he knows that Tank is not going to throw 50 punches around? Can he adapt to the fact that he knows Tank is going to basically give away the first 3 rounds because he will be stalking you and try to figure out your movements? Can he adapt to, I just need to hit and move, hit and move? And can he keep the game plan? Can he keep the strategy that's implemented between him and his team? Those are the things that are important. Now, in terms of Gervonta Tank Davis, I suppose him getting close to Lamont, but he seems pretty confident, even in their stare downs and everything. He walks right up on him, and I don't know. That Lamont does have a. I was going to say one thing, but I'm not going to say it now because I remember Gervonta Tank Davis came to that press conference alone, and he seemed pretty set to go. So I don't know. When it comes to adaptability, I think it's going to be more on Lamont Roach, quite frankly, than Tank. I think that Tank is going to do his thing. He's going to do his thing. And I'm not saying that Lamont Roach doesn't have a shot in this world. Anybody who has 2 hands has a shot. Especially somebody at the level, in the skill level of Lamont Roach, he has a shot. But the likelihood, let's be honest, I don't know. I'm still going to go with Gervonta Tank Davis right there when it comes to adaptability. Durability, I'm definitely going with Gervonta Tank Davis. Okay? They don't call him the Tank for nothing. They don't call him the Tank for nothing because he can take a beating and keep pressing. He can take a punch. He can take a punch, no problem. No problem, and still be there. Yeah. It isn't Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach already showed that I was neck and neck with somebody and I didn't step on the gas. I was neck and neck with somebody and I didn't properly adapt. I was neck and neck with somebody and I was comfortable. I was content. And therefore, I came out of this with a draw. Not Tank. 30 wins, 28 KOs. Not Tank. So when it comes to adaptability, I'm definitely going with Gervonta Tank Davis. Cardio, 100,000% million. I'm going with Lamont Roach because Tank doesn't have the best cardio. Tank is somebody, I've been saying it for years. All you got to do is take him to deep. If you have a really consistent jab and take him to deep waters, that's why I've always said, for Tank, I feel like Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are going to give him a ton of problems just simply because Tank doesn't plan on going to deep waters. He's very conservative with his energy. Very conservative with his energy. And if you can keep him busy, if you can keep him occupied, if you can keep him working and moving, because we already know he's going to take breaks during the fight. But now if we can get him to do those things and he's not allowed to take those breaks, I want to see what those championship rounds look like then. Just a thought. My favorite category, danger. Who's more dangerous between Lamont Roach and Gervonta Tank Davis? I've already said it a few times. I'm going to say it again. 30 wins, 28 KOs. Gervonta Tank Davis. At any given point in time in the fight, he can switch your lights off. One punch. He can switch your lights off. I'm definitely going with Gervonta Tank Davis. I think he is a whole lot more dangerous than Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach, just on his record alone, has shown either on the night, well, listen, the loss shows that you didn't show up on the night. But the draw shows you're content. The draw shows you don't know how to step on the gas. The draw shows when there's a big stage, do you perform? Do you come out for that curtain? I'm definitely going with Gervonta Tank Davis. I think he beats Lamont Roach. Not only do I think he beats Lamont Roach, I think he knocks out Lamont Roach. Drop your thoughts down below.